There's something I need to tell you, but you have to promise not to freak out. Jake sat across from me, his leg bouncing, his hands gripping the edge of my coffee table like he was bracing for an earthquake. His face was pale, his eyes darting toward the window every few seconds. That's when I realized, he wasn't just nervous. He was scared. "Dude, what is it?" I asked. He hesitated. Then, barely above a whisper, he said, "I found something in the woods, something bad." Jake loved hiking, always had. There was a stretch of forest just outside town where we used to explore as kids. Last weekend, he took his dog, Max, on a trail deep in the woods. Max started acting weird, he said. Whining, digging at something near an old oak tree. So I checked it out. He ran a hand over his face. When he looked up, there was something hollow in his expression. It was a metal box. Rusty. Locked, but the lid was already half broken. What was inside? I asked, my stomach tightening. He let out a shaky breath. Photos. I frowned. Photos of what? People. A pause. Then, in a voice that barely belonged to him, he added, "They all looked scared." I didn't speak. I couldn't. Some were kids, some were adults, he went on. Some were crying. Some had bruises. And in almost every single one of them. He swallowed hard. There was someone standing in the background. I already knew what he was going to say. "Mr. Thompson," I whispered. Mr. Thompson had lived in our neighborhood forever. The quiet old man who tended his garden, waved at neighbors, and never caused trouble. The guy you'd never suspect. There were dates on the back of the pictures, Jake continued. Some from the 70s, some from the 90s, the latest one was from 2006. A fresh wave of nausea rolled through me. "You need to take this to the cops," I said. Jake just shook his head. "I can't." "Why the hell not?" Then he told me the part that made my skin crawl. When he walked home that night, he passed Mr. Thompson's house. The old man was sitting on his porch, rocking slowly in his chair. No smile. No greeting. Just, watching. "He knows," Jake said. "I don't know how, but he knows I found them." A heavy silence settled between us. I glanced toward my window, suddenly feeling exposed. "So what do we do?" I asked. Jake didn't answer right away, but when he did, his voice was barely audible. "I think he's been doing this for years, and I think he's still doing it." And just like that, we both realized, this wasn't just some disturbing secret. This was a warning. If you found this story chilling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Stay safe, and be careful what secrets you uncover.